Nothing to see here, a normal bass with a normal head. Hi, my name's Johnny, and today we are checking out the Artisan Series Space 5 from Cort. Well, I don't know why I'm showing you the headstock like it's got the name on it. The name's on the back. This is my first ever headless bass on the channel, and if this is your first time on the channel, you better go down and press that subscribe button. Earlier this year, I attended the guitar show in Birmingham, where I got the chance to meet some people over at Cort's distributors and play one of these for the first time. My God, as soon as I played this, I knew that I wanted to review it on the channel because I wanted to talk more deeply about what we've got here. Before we go anywhere, I want to say that Cort have sent me this bass to review today, but they haven't paid me to say anything or anything like that. All of the views in this video are my own, and I'm going to be completely honest about my thoughts. As you might already know, Cort makes all of their basses out of Indonesia. The Cortec factory makes all the Indonesian Squires, and basically anything you see that says made in Indonesia on it, Cort normally have a hand in it. There's just their own brand of instruments that they release themselves. Cort back in the 80s helped with Steinberger making the Space series, and so they've returned with the Space 5. And it's called the Space 5 because it only currently comes in a 5-string in this incredible Stardust Black and also a Stardust Green. I mean, just look at that. It's absolutely insane. The burl on this finish, there's almost like little spots where there's little holes in the wood, and every time I pick it up, I really feel like I find something new. This kind of binding that you've got that goes over the cutaway here, that's just like this slightly more sanded bit. It's absolutely stunning. They have really gone above and beyond. And you might be thinking the price tag for this is going to be above and beyond your hopes and dreams, but I'm pleased to inform this bass is priced at £750. So let's go through what we've got here. Now, beautiful body aside, of course, this bass is going to immediately divide people with its headless design. I never saw myself as a lover of headless basses until Ibanez released the EHB series a couple of years ago. That really turned my eye, and ever since that I've been interested in headless. At the top you will see this kind of clamp design here that means you don't need double ball-ended strings or specific headless strings to go on this bass. You just put your strings in, cut them to size, and then clamp it down with this here. It's also got a 0 fret, which acts as a bit like the nut, but it means that any size string can go across here. You don't need to worry about refiling the nut to fit thicker strings on here, so this long boy can take some thick ones. Another really interesting point is that we've actually got like a kind of bevel here, and as well as giving you that natural kind of hand feel, it also means that this bass can hang up on a stand. Before making this bass, Cort must have spoken to your mum, because she told them that 7 bits of wood are better than 1. That's why we've got this 7-piece neck here, and it is made of roasted maple, walnut, purple heart, and maple. On Cort's website it says it focuses mid-range, adds punch and clarity, and rich warmth. So like the holy trinity of adjectives that you want in your bass tone. Now this looks amazing and is super comfy in your hand. It does feel a little bit dry to me. Your hand kind of feels a bit like dusty afterwards almost. I don't love this, but also, you know, it's not bad. The fret job on this though is impeccable. It just feels brilliant to hold, just like your mum. Now, if you're new to headless basses, you might be thinking, well, how do you tune the damn thing? And that is all done at this bridge here. So it's got even more knobs to twiddle. Each of these corresponds with the related string, and this bridge is kind of like individual pieces here. It reminds me a bit like a Dingwall kind of bridge with the individual saddles. I've had this bass for probably coming up to 2 weeks now, and perfectly in tune, perfectly set up like it was out of the box still, and yeah, I've not really had to adjust anything. It holds its tuning really, really well, and this bridge tuning malarkey science down here is doing a fantastic job. Now, the absence of a headstock does of course mean that this bass is actually quite light, and it comes in at 8 pounds. Pickups on this bass are Mark I Bartolini's paired up with a Mark Bass MB1 preamp. So we've got a volume control, pickup blend, bass middle and treble, and also a push-pull on the volume control to change this bass into just passive mode. So now let's have a listen to what this bass can do. As well as listening to the DI tone, we're going to be running through the Line 6 HX Stomp using the Gallion-Kruger head and the Ampeg SVT 8x10 cab. In the past, I've really poo-pooed Bartolini pickups because I just thought, bit boring, don't really do anything for me. Paired up with this mark-based preamp and just the whole package coming together, I think it sounds awesome. I think this is a really, really fantastic bass. I don't necessarily love the bridge pickup by itself, but I wasn't expecting to enjoy this kind of pickup in a bridge position anyway. It's just not my thing. My favorite sounds personally is when you leave the mid in the middle and then boost the bass and the treble full to give you that kind of smiley face EQ, and then having both pickups on at the same time. One thing that kind of surprised me is that I actually didn't love the sound of this bass with distortion. I don't know, let me know your thoughts down below. What is super clear here though is how this mark bass preamp is really, really shining, and it's really, really nice quality. Even when you're boosting everything full, it still sounds good. Like, there's still really usable sounds. And to me, that is testament to how good and manipulable, is that a word? Manipulable, the tones on this can really be. If you're thinking about getting the Ibanez EHB, I would seriously consider this instead. I really hope that Cort make a load of other variations similar to Ibanez in order to compete with that range. I think this bass is absolutely amazing, and for the price point as well, is brilliant. Once again, thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.